Having a love life that you're happy with is one of the keys to a successful relationship. So when things start to deflate a little bit, it's important to get it taken care of as soon as possible. And patient care advisor with Flagstone Medical, Bill Jeffries, is here to talk about a groundbreaking new treatment for erectile dysfunction. Bill, always great to have you.
Thanks, Alex. Good to be here.
So a lot of men struggle with ED, probably more than admit it, probably more than we know. How common is it for people that may not be aware?
Statistics show that about half of all men by the time they're in their 50s have a struggle with erectile dysfunction, and the numbers go up from there. Realistically, about 75 to 80% of guys can expect to have ED issues at some point in their lives.
So basically, it's nothing to be ashamed of. It's something that might hit you at some point in your life. And obviously, it's a physical problem, but I imagine it also takes an emotional toll, right? What are you hearing from your patients?
You know, one of the saddest things that I hear from patients is that life circumstances change or whatever, and a guy finds himself single later in life. And I've had patients tell me that they're afraid to go out and date because of this issue that they're struggling with, and they just don't have the confidence that if the relationship would become serious and progress, that so it's actually kept them from getting out there and socializing and dating. And I just find that to be really sad. You know, they isolate themselves and just kind of settle for a life of loneliness.
It's tragic, actually.
It is.
I mean, you play this mental head game with yourself, and you end up dissuading yourself from going out and being out in public and being, you know, going out and doing those things. So let's talk about the root cause, because it's something that people don't often talk about, is the actual thing that's making this happen. So what is ED from a physiological level?
Sure. It's a plumbing problem. It's just plain and simply a plumbing problem. Not enough blood flow to the right places. And there's multiple cause for it, but usually it's plaque buildup in the arteries that feed the pelvic area, and that plaque that builds up just keeps the blood from flowing properly, you know, to have proper function.
And it's plaque that builds up just naturally throughout the life of a man. And we've seen and heard about traditional methods. You know, there's pills, God forbid, injections that you can get for this type of thing. What approach does Flagstone Medical take?
Our approach is to get rid of that plaque, and we do that by using acoustic energy waves that break up that plaque and just allow proper blood flow. And basically, it's like turning the clock back a decade or two from a physiological perspective.
How long has this been around? Because it's something new that people may never have heard of, and they think acoustic wave therapy. What is it sending? You know, what is it actually? Is it safe?
Sure. It's been around for about 10 years worldwide, used very successfully. In the United States, only since 2016, which is when the FDA cleared it as a treatment for ED. So it's still fairly new. People can be forgiven for saying, gee, I never heard of this before, because it is relatively new, but proven effective with over a decade of medical studies.
So people can rest easy. And, you know, when a patient does visit Flagstone Medical, is he under the care of an actual physician?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Every patient process starts with a visit to our staff physician, who's going to do a thorough physical exam. He'll do a health history, talk to the patient about his ED issues, and he'll basically develop a big picture so that he can look at that patient from a holistic perspective and say, yes, you know, this is what you're dealing with, here's the causes, maybe we want to tweak this medication or something like that. And you know, kind of set that patient on the right road.
What's the age limit?
No age limit.
Okay.
We have treated patients from their 30s literally to their 90s, and different guys at different ages. You know, there's you know, issues with younger guys that you know, maybe avid bicyclists will experience some premature ED issues, you know, because of pressure on the nerve bundle and that type of thing. And with older guys, it's more the plaque buildup, but both of those things we can treat.
And we can talk science all day long in treatment, but really at the heart of it, it's restoring hope, right?
Absolutely.
That's your goal.
Absolutely. Up until a couple of years ago, you know, a guy that had ED issues could take medication for it, and if that worked, great, and if it didn't work, or he couldn't stand the side effects, or the medication was contrary to some other medication that he was taking, he was just out of luck. And so the hope aspect comes in that we have new technology. We can fix this. There's no need to suffer any longer.
Embrace the 21st century. Always a pleasure to see you, Bill. Thank you.
Thanks, Alex.
And you can get a free physical exam and consultation if you mention the Morning Blend. That's a $199 value. If you want more information, visit flagstonemedical.com or call 520-600-4405.